Can y'all hear me now? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Not me traveling and like, bruh. The struggle is real. Okay, let me see. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, cool. I just had to check on my iPad. Y'all, I gotta get used to this because I'm going to be traveling for quite a bit. I actually have a flight in the morning because we back on the road again. And I go tell y'all where I'm going just yet, but y'all see because I have to. I think I'm gonna go live for a Sisters Live tomorrow. Not yeah, maybe tomorrow before, and I know definitely Thursday. So then y'all get to see where I'm at. But yeah, bear with me, y'all, because there's a lot of newness, new setup or new place. Shout out to my mom who gave me this little corner of her house so I can get on live and talk with y'all and also film these videos that I need to get caught up on. Um, yeah, this is weird. Like I'm looking at this and I'm like, God, it looks so different. I feel so comfortable at home. Anyway, how are y'all feeling on this good Tuesday? Everybody can hear me okay, right? Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear now. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Hey Robin, welcome in. Perfect. Hello everyone. I hope that your Tuesday has been great. We're about to chop it up about the All-American Universe. Let me clear some of these tabs off. I'm used to having two screens, y'all, to work with. I only have one screen. So y'all gonna really have to bear with your girl, okay? Y'all gonna have to bear with me. Let me move this around. Let's just go ahead and get into it, Erica. Okay, so hello. Bucket with your girl. Hey. Vanessa playing for keeps. Welcome in. Natisha, hello. That's a new name in here. Nakia, Micah, Christia, Kenny, hey boo, it's Dania, hello, Alicia, Anne Marie, Alicia, Angela, Renee, Marsha, hi. Micah, you said you're getting sick. Oh, you're getting sick. Oh, sick and tired. I thought you were saying you were getting sick. You just getting sick and tired. I cannot. Hey Addie, how are you? Welcome in everybody. All right, so we're gonna do it how we typically do it, and we're gonna start off with All American. And let's start off with our ratings. What are we rating last night's episode? Episode number 5. Shout out to member Robin in the chat. Hey boo, hey. I gotta make sure I stay in frame, child, because I'm moving around. Drop with y'all's ratings out of 10. What are y'all rating last night's episode? Episode 5. What are we rating it? What are we giving it? And then I think we're gonna run that back. We're gonna do another timer for we're gonna do another timer today for All American because sis still has yet to earn a free fall of whenever we're done talking about it. Nakia says a 5.5. Renee says a 7. Micah says a 6. Nora says a 6. Kenny says a 3. It's Dania says a 6. Angela says an 8. Addie says a 5. Alicia says a 7.5. Playing for keeps gives it a 6. Joya gives it an 8. Hey Brittany, how are you? I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw a bunch of the clips from the BuzzFeed thing. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I get burnt out on their content pretty quickly. Not BuzzFeed specifically, but I have like muted so many people and things on Twitter specifically, because the Samantha Logan fans, the Olivia fans, they really kind of go OD for me. And this is the only thing I'm going to say about this, and then I'm going to keep it moving, because for me, it wasn't, like, it was entertaining to watch and, like, the little snippets that we got to see. But, like, I personally don't like how you give them an inch and they take a mile. So the big clip is the tweet about Daniel, and then Samantha responds, period, and then everybody took that like she really wants to, like, have sexual relations with Daniel, and it's like ridiculous amounts of tweets about that, and it's for me annoying, because it stops being fun and lighthearted when people take it too seriously, and then people take that seriously, but then in the same little segment there's a tweet about Samantha, and Michael, like, imitates eating what they say they wanted to eat on Samantha, and nobody took that seriously. So for me, like, her super fans or the stands or whatever, they really take all the fun out of it for me, because they turn it into this whole other thing, and it starts to become different conversations about bashing her boyfriend and her sexuality and how she's living her life wrong because she's not actually with Daniel in real life. So personally, I saw the BuzzFeed stuff and it was like, cool, laugh, cool, but then I can't watch any more of it like recirculating on Twitter or anything, because I just think people take it too far when it comes to her, and it's annoying, honestly. And for the most part, like, y'all don't bug me, so I don't want you to take it this way, but, like, even when some of y'all hit me up specifically about Olivia conversations or Samantha Logan conversations, I don't have a ton to say, because I've already gone through the ringer when it comes to, like, being dragged about my opinions about this character, even though now we're arriving at a place where a lot of people are starting to say the things that I have been saying for quite a while, because I feel like the writers have been set her up to be this person. So I am more so detached. Like, I'm not an obsessive Olivia or Samantha Logan stan. I love Samantha. I think that she's a gorgeous girl, but I kind of remove myself simply because the people who are in that conversation around that particular character, around that particular person, for the most part, the ones who are the most vocal online, they can be very, very toxic, and I'm good on it. Princess says an 8. Dan says a 3. Brits Sydney, hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, 6.5. Marsha says the hardcore Olivia fans have kept me entertained all day in the comments, having proper meltdowns. It's not that deep. Like, it honestly after going through some of the things that I have gone through specifically with this fandom, I can't even, like, laugh at them anymore. It really kind of, it annoys me, and I am disgusted by some, like, how serious they take it and how inappropriate they make things. Nia says a 5. This episode was all over the place. T says finally caught a stream. Hey, welcome in. Yes, you finally caught one. I'm gonna go ahead and give the episode a 5. Honestly, y'all, and I feel like I'm also getting a little bit more lenient with my ratings, because I should have probably recorded my breakdown yesterday, because I don't even remember what happened for the most part. The stuff that happens on All American at this point, it kind of comes and it kind of goes. Nothing sticks with me, because nothing feels like it matters. Like, everything feels so arbitrary. Like somebody just mentioned, it's all over the place. There's so many things going on, and then they're also not rooted in any real strong storyline, and I'm compelled to follow. So yeah. Sorry, I'm setting a timer, y'all. So we gonna give this episode of All American 20 minutes, because the real conversation is over at Homecoming, baby, and I cannot wait to talk about that. 20 minutes on the clock. Okay. Micah says Layla truly needs to have a sit down with Spencer James. It's clear she's still hurt by what went down. I mean, in season 3, she says, I need time. Then the next time we see them talk is season 4 and they're friends. Micah, we are totally not getting that sit down. Like, it is not happening. And I don't know what of this episode made you feel like she still needs it, because it seems like she's moved on and she's completely fine and happy, aside from her, I guess, dragging her feet with Jordan. Even that, I can't. Max says, can the kids in GAU just transfer their credits to Brinkston and merge with Homecoming so that way we can actually get good writing? No, Mac, no. They cannot come to Homecoming. They need to stay their asses where they are. We do not want the whole entire All-American crew to come over to Homecoming, because then you're going to water down Homecoming. I'm good. Keep Olivia Baker over in this All-American original universe. They have decided to make everything about her and whatever the heck she actually wants to focus on, and it becomes things that we're not interested in. Keep it. If Olivia Baker shows up at Brinkston tomorrow, then all of a sudden everybody's storylines now revolve around Olivia Baker. I'm good. That will have me tap out of the universe altogether. No, they don't need to transfer. We're good over there. Bare minimum, if anything else, Spencer. Spencer is the only one at this point who could go back and forth for me. I don't even want Jordan to bring himself back on campus since he don't know how to keep his hands to himself. I said what I said. Breathe the chemist, welcome in. A lot of people get on me because I stay in Layla and not Olivia. I mean, I don't know. Like, her super stands are just toxic. I don't even know what to say other than that. What is Jordan supposed to be doing? Wanting Layla. That's it. All he's doing is wanting Layla. Istania says, I was an Olivia fan, but not since these recent seasons. I can admit when I'm wrong. And that's the difference. That's the difference between you, a sensible human being, and these people who are completely unhinged. It's like, you can, and I still, well, no, I don't like Olivia as a character anymore, because they to me haven't given her anything that's redeemable. She's not held accountable for anything. But all the while, when I started to peep, like, the selfishness and the narcissism started to pop up, season 3, when certain things started to happen and I really started to, like, shift my perspective on Olivia and speak on it, I still was very much so invested in her. She was my second favorite character. Like, when I first started watching All American, Spencer was my number 1 favorite character, and then Olivia was right after him. And I, like, really liked the whole wallflower, like, coming of age, finding your voice, relying on substances, and then shifting and growing. And, like, I just felt like she had a really cool place to start from to build an amazing storyline and trajectory. So I was, like, really into Olivia. And then even while I was criticizing her asking Spencer to switch seats when she crashes the car, and watching her run across that Black Lives Matter sign on the ground and jump into Ash's arms, knowing good and dang on well that Spencer was there and is pining after her and had just professed his love for her, like, watching all of that and then speaking to how wrong that was, or how selfish that was, or like, dang, that was kind of a little bit out the way, and why did you do that? I still liked her as a character. Like, I still was like, yo, you're better than this. All of my criticism comes from a place of, like, you have been set up better than this. You know better than this. You should be making better decisions. And I think that people today really mistake, like, being a yes man with being someone who is loving and supportive. And I personally don't think that. Like, there's people in my life who, they have to be able to tell me the truth. Everything that I do is not going to be a hit. Everything that I do is not going to be, yes, girl, this is everything. And that's the whole point of having, like, different people, different perspectives in your life. So going back to what you said of, like, knowing when you're wrong, that's cool. Like, being able to address that. That's my biggest problem with that particular part or subset of the All-American fandom. The people who super stan Olivia and are unhinged, that cannot actually be like, damn, she was wrong here, or why would she do that? That to me is delusion beyond any type of, like, savability. And I can't have a conversation with a person like that, because everybody can do wrong. And it's cute when we say, oh, this person could do no wrong, I love them so much, but you have to be able to assess when they can actually do something wrong. And I have no problem with an Olivia fan who can be like, yeah, I love her down, but she was wrong here, she was wrong here, she was wrong there. Because that's just life. Homecoming is coming out with some fire. What the hell did Billy think he was doing? With what? I don't understand why anyone in their right mind would want Spencer and Olivia together right now. The operative words that you put together were in their right mind. They're not in their right mind. They never have been in their right mind. They're completely unhinged, if you ask me. Once episode 6 come out, Jordan Baker will now have punched and fought all of his friends because he fully bulldozed JJ to the ground in the promo. I guess it's not AA without him punching somebody. And then for what? I can't. Hey, Aaliyah, welcome in. All American really turned into a sitcom overnight because we just got a whole filler episode. Olivia Baker is pulling an Ian Gallagher from Shameless. I don't know. I've never watched it. Where it seems like Olivia may have relapsed subtly, but the writers have no idea how to handle her character. What I thought was interesting after watching both episodes last night was how they're seemingly, and this has been my issue from jump, right? Since Olivia has like been centered in this show and her storyline is pretty much the only one that matters, there is very little accountability for her. And my biggest thing is of her, like her parents, they are like the number one, how do I say this? They're like the number one people who are like, go forward, this article, yes, you're great, you're fine. When we watched Homecoming and we got to see Thea mama, and Thea is amazing at tennis, has been working at tennis for quite a while. But when her mother said that she struggled with her having a one-track mind for tennis and she just wanted her to be happy and have a more well-rounded life, I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to the Bakers in All American. Like, it's not saying that Olivia don't need to be a journalist, but where are the checks and balances of like, is there any type of antennas going off when y'all see that she's obsessing about this article in this way that's completely unhealthy? Even at the top of this episode, she's like, the article's finished, Billy loves it, he's smiling, he got all this pride in his heart and in his mind for his baby girl who just wrote this expose that he loves. He thinks that she's brilliant, cool. No, it's not done yet. This will definitely get him, called in and questioned, potentially suspended. No, I want him fired. Like, none of that triggers anything for you as a parent to be like, okay, girl, but like, it's not enough that you wrote an amazing article, a new level has unlocked, your talents are clearly here, you've hit all the points, you've done all this research, X, Y, and Z, this is going to be a solid thing that brings question to this athletic program. You have to have him fired, and then what else? What else is it that you want? Like, that to me is a huge thing, because regardless of them staying with this article storyline or not, the fact that there's not at any point is there anybody really giving her any kind of pushback that would make normal, realistic sense of a person who's in this position, specifically a person who has suffered from addiction. They are literally just bigging her up like, go, hey, and it's like, no, everything about this reads wrong. Olivia went from a complex, multi-dimensional character to flat as a damn board, all about herself. She really did. Olivia Baker in season 1 had so much nuance and was just very carefully crafted. This Olivia, I get y'all love the way that Sam looked, but what else is there to her? A bunch of expectations and regret. It looked like when Spencer popped up with them flowers and she's like, they not for you. Oh, kick me in the teeth. Yeah, as it should. Like, girl, you literally just had the chance and you told him this was close. Like, girl, I'm trying to refrain from telling Olivia to go to hell, but alas, she need to go somewhere. I'm with Ash. I'm sick of JJ. I wish they would just let Spencer move on. It always seems like he walks on eggshells when she's around. I like Coop's segments though. Exactly, and he's been doing it since season 3, and I'm tired of watching it. I guess I was kind of entertained by Spencer in the little flower shop girl, but I'm low key. I'm not written Spencer off, but I'm like paying less attention to him either because I'm tired. I'm tired of going through the emotional roller coaster with him and with them dragging along of like he can't seem to get over her. He's so focused on her. I was thinking about you today. You're always thinking about her. Like even those lines, like they instantly just start to infuriate me because we have never like for the past 2 seasons, your norm has been consumed with this particular girl as if she's Jesus on earth, and it makes absolutely no sense. So I'm low-key like not really paying attention to Spencer either because his world has become all about her and hers is not interesting at all. Like at least if it was something that was giving strong story, I could ride with it, but it's whack. Olivia's only focused on this article and herself. Spencer's only focused on Olivia. That's 2 of the main characters only focus on themselves and Olivia Baker. Huh? I'm okay. Max says, I swear all the good writers moved to Homecoming because the guy who plays Cam in just 2 episodes has acted out the entire All-American universe. Y'all are hilarious. Nia, you said that line was annoying. Sometimes I be thinking it's me because y'all know I write and all of that. So sometimes I'm like, Erica, that's probably like your screenwriter brain that you have a problem with it. The regular audience is not going to have a problem with it. But when he said that line, I was thinking about you today. I was just like, I wanted to cut the whole show off at that line. I wanted to be like, all right. Because we know that. Stop telling us stuff that we know. And you shouldn't be. Not only do we know it, but you also shouldn't be thinking about her. Because she's not thinking about you. She's only thinking about this article. Like at the end of the day, you could just go ahead on a whole story arc where you're jealous of Garrett because that's who she's thinking about 24/7, 365. Like, won't you just, for a little spice, a little razzle dazzle, won't Spencer go to Garrett like a man and be like, why you on my girl mind? Why you got condos in her head? Like, go to him as a man. If we just gonna do random stuff and live in a sitcom land. That's all I'm saying. We need a time jump because I can do without this in between content. But I'm like, where are we going to time jump to? The problem with that, and I was talking to Naya and Melissa about this before the season came back because Naya was a big pusher of like, they need to have a time jump. They need to have a time jump. You have to be careful with that because if you time jump from a place where people don't care about these characters now, what is going to make me care about them later? If you time jump to Layla and Jordan married, I still don't care. If you time jump to Spencer and Olivia married in grad school, I do not care because they've already deconstructed all of the amazing work that they did to build up these characters and to get us emotionally invested in seasons 1 and 2. They've already deconstructed that in seasons 3 and 4. So right now, I'm very nervous for them to do a time jump because they're operating in the space of like, I don't care about what these people are doing now. What makes you think I'm going to care about what they're doing in 5 or 10 years? Who is Rodrigo? Does anybody know? I'm assuming it's her ex. Spencer don't know how to read the room, the context clues. Like he said that he slept with his ex. She just said, "Oh, I slept with Rodrigo. Ain't no big deal." So duh, that's her ex. Not duh to you, Angela, but hey Jamal, welcome in. I gave it a 3 because it was worse than a filler episode. What did we achieve this week? And he said, I feel you. Like, I feel like more invested Erica would have probably gave it a 0. You know, I probably would have gave it a 1 just for Spencer and the little wedding shop girl. Because I think that she might be good for him in reference to taking him through a place where the relationship starts off light and he ain't married immediately. Like, because Spencer is a serial monogamous and she's providing a very different perspective on what romantic relationships look like for him. Billy has become more of a friend than a father to Liv. I don't know when he was a father, but okay. I feel you. What happened to JJ's tutor? We need him back. That's the point. Bringing the character as someone who could help him and balance JJ. I don't know if we need to balance JJ because JJ is the comedic relief. Like, we don't need an extra arbitrary character just to give us fluff and they're not giving us anything serious. I don't think we need his tutor back. JJ's not even taking his college career seriously. So we good. And they're half baking that because they could have spent a lot more time with JJ and Asher in this episode, but they didn't. So also don't give me something just to give it to me, because that's personally what I feel like they're doing right now. Nurse Joy needs to re-enter the chat immediately. I've given up on Nurse Joy. I've given up on Nurse Joy. She's already let Olivia frolic her first semester in college alone and do all types of goofiness. I'm good. And made her a sponsor, which she also failed at that. I'm good. Nurse Joy. But I also don't see anything for Olivia. So Nurse Joy is going to come back and do what? Princess says I'm getting tired of talking about All American. We got 3 minutes. I got a timer going, y'all. We got 3 minutes left to get y'all. Hey, Kathleen, welcome in. To get y'all All American thoughts off. Let me try to read more of these comments. I'm glad I chose to do my homework instead of watching All American. I chose Peace. So many people did. Like, so many people DM me like, hey, I didn't watch All American, but I watched Homecoming. I can't wait to talk about it. I'm like, wow, the tide is really shifting. Everyone is tired of All American. All the OG fans, I think, are. Probably need another David A type character. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that means. Brittany. I said Layla and Spence should talk because she said I wouldn't want to stand in your way if you found someone you like better than me. She thinks every man will break her heart like Spence did. I mean, I don't know if they were leaning towards that because I feel like they would have went a different direction with her dialogue with Jordan if that's where that was coming from. But I do like how you looked at that. I didn't see it like that when she said that. Like, I felt like she's been in this mode of kind of like doing things that are not actually emotionally attached. So the latest thing was Clay. Before that, she had doubled back to Asher and it was all light and fun and like don't get attached. So I felt like she was more so sticking to that, even though she is currently attached to Jordan. I don't know if they actually meant it to be a nod to Spencer, but it would have been cool if they did. That would have been more All-American-esque, old All-American-esque, but I'm not getting my hopes up about it. They need to find the spark again. I think their biggest issue is not having them live as regular college students. Nothing that they're doing is regular college student stuff. Not y'all like, how much time left on the timer? Can we just go ahead and close the timer? Hey, Kofi, welcome in. Welcome in. We're talking about All American. We got a minute and 19 seconds left. Hey, Erica, welcome in. I feel like All American is opening the can of worms and throwing it away. Ciao. Hey, Jess. Okay, we about to go into Homecoming, girl, so you might want to go watch it because we about to be spoiling it for you. We're about to finish up this All-American chat. Maybe if AA got less episodes, it would be better. Sad part is that not a lot of people know about Homecoming, so as much as the writing is better, the views are not as good as AA, but I hope they get a season 3. I'm hoping that they get a season 3 too. I really am. Can we see them actually go to class, act like students? Exactly. Olivia ain't listening to nobody, so it's pointless. The only interesting thing they could do is let her fall. Period. A fall has to come. It has to. Like, it just has to. So JJ, you pissed off Asher and now you about to piss off Jordan. I mean, damn. Why is Chelsea only in every other episode? Because they don't have anything to do with her character. Don't bring Patience if you ain't gonna have nothing for her to do, because the episodes that she was in, it wasn't even about her. Like, the red carpet moment became about Layla. The, prep for Grace's wedding. Timer's up, y'all. So we about to shift to Homecoming. Drop your Homecoming thoughts while I finish this thought. Or your Homecoming rankings. wedding episode where it's like gave us a little nods to her feeling like imposter syndrome and self-conscious and like not knowing what to do with her career. They gave us little bits of it and then they snatched it away. Like, they're not really doing anything with Patience either, so I don't want them to put her in episodes and just have her sitting there. So I'm not mad at her not being in every episode because I feel like they don't know what to do with her character. Kofi says, I thought this episode was okay. Only parts that I tuned in for was Jordan and Layla, Asher and JJ and Jabari. The potential fallout is interesting. I think Asher about to do what he did in 4x17. What did he do in episode 17? I need them to stop forcing this mess. Haha. Hi, 21 TV and Entertainment. Welcome in. Liv is just being ridiculous. The guy resigned. You wanted him out, and he's out. So what do you want? Him to go to jail, beg on his knees for forgiveness, and that's the tea. That's the tea. And I was alluding to that the past couple weeks. I have been talking about that with y'all. Like, what is she going to do after this article post? Because she's also so just obsessed. She's so obsessed with this article and taking down Garrett that for me, I just thought she was going to publish it. It was going to kick up some waves. He was going to have to deal with it. Cool. But she was going to have a really big fall because she built up this thing in her mind to be the most important thing of her life, when in actuality, it's going to be a same regular Wednesday that she happened to drop a fire article. And now she got to be able to process that. I didn't even imagine him actually preemptively outing himself or dealing with stuff himself. So it takes away her gratification for what she wanted to happen with the article. And now what? Now what? You going to scurry around and find some additional information to make sure it stings even harder? He already walked away himself. He walked away from his career himself, and you didn't get to take that away from him. That's the point. So many people were capping for Olivia, like, okay, she's a journalist. Y'all got to let her be a journalist and do what she got to do. She's supposed to uncover uncomfortable truths and have uncomfortable conversations. This is my point. I saw this from the jump. It wasn't about that for her. For her, it was about the result. It wasn't about the process within journalism. It wasn't about crafting a beautifully written article. It wasn't about expanding her vocabulary or her skills. It was about taking down Garrett in a way that she saw best fit and most destructive, which is what is the problem with her. Same thing when she released that body cam footage. Same, like, so many missteps that she has made. The problem has been her method and her motive. And I have always said that. But we want to go ahead and hide behind the fact that Samantha Logan is fine, making Olivia Baker fine. She got a pretty smile and we want her to be with Spencer. And all we can think of is sugar plums and rainbows, when at the end of the day, they have literally devolved her character into a narcissist that is moving about menacing, but doing so in a very pedestrian way that's above board. So she doesn't immediately look like a villain, but Olivia Baker is the villain. Whether y'all want to agree with it or not, she's the villain. Everything that she's doing aligns with villain behavior. And with that said, let's go on to Homecoming. Drop your ratings. Drop your ratings for All American Homecoming. Kofi gives Homecoming a 9 out of 10. Kenny says a 10 because it gave me hope after All American. Said it in a spoiler comment. I will say it again. Thea is giving, shipping harder every episode. Don't nobody say nothing to me about Thea. Period. I've been telling y'all since season 1. You didn't want to believe me. We got into season 2 and y'all was just like, Erica is getting better, but I don't know. What was said? Because your good sis be knowing. Like, don't nobody need to tell me nothing about Thea. And I have a group chat with Naya and Melissa, and we kind of like debrief about different things with the shows that we watching, right? The first thing that I said about Homecoming, and we can expound upon this. Y'all can let me know y'all's thoughts in the comment section. But the first thing that I said was the problem that most people were seeing that's not actually a problem. Y'all's problem is, and that's for all the Thea haters, y'all's problem is All American has conditioned you to not see the progress of relationships in a linear way. With every single one of the teens that we have seen in the All American universe, they were already having sex, they were already kissing, they were already doing things that were well far advanced within a relationship. Thea is the one true call back to what does it look like to fall in love, to fall deeper in love, to have interest in someone, to be nervous about if they actually like you back, the process of like telling the person, okay, they like me back, I really like them, let's get to know each other, this makes me mad, I'm confused. Like, it is so beautiful to see the organic development of their relationship in a pace that is very realistic. We have not gotten that with any other couple in the All-American universe. Full stop. Everyone, we never got to see their very first encounter. Their everything just felt like it was on hyper speed. How Olivia feels about Spencer, how Layla feels about Spencer, how Spencer feels about Layla, how Jordan, like everything was on hyper speed. Thea has been the purest example of what this actually looks like in real life, and y'all hate it. Y'all hate it when you need to be taking notes. You hate it when you need to be going ahead and revisiting what you got going on in your life, because maybe you need to slow it down. Maybe you're not getting the results that you want because you skipping steps, following way too much of the media that is acting like all of these other steps don't exist. Like all these other steps are not the things that actually make you have solid, healthy, supportive, amazing relationships. I said it. Again, what was said? Y'all can't tell me nothing about Thea. Don't tell me nothing about Thea and no chemistry. Don't tell me nothing about Thea and they just not right. Don't tell me nothing about Damon for sure. Because I don't even want to hear it. Okay? Joya gives the episode a 9. Nakia gives the episode a 10. Hey, Fearless Heart. Welcome in. We talking about Homecoming. Edits XD says there's no way that Damon and Thea not in game after this episode. Y'all know how I feel about the word in game. Olivia has ruined it for me, so I don't actually dub people in game anymore. But I have been telling y'all, I am going to be the I told you so girl today. I told you so. Period. I told you so. Why don't you want to listen? It's your good sis. I got you. You just gotta listen. Isania says, I wasn't a Thea fan like at all, but not gonna lie, they are starting to grow on me, starting to feel, shoot, it jumped, sorry. Starting to feel what? Dang it. Yeah, where is it? I'm behind on the chat, y'all, I'm sorry. Oh, starting to feel black love. It's starting to feel black love. It's starting to feel black love. Not yes, I came right in time. Still don't ship Thea, but they're tolerable now. Micah, it's okay. Everybody have a hater season. It's all good. I've had it before. You'll get well soon. When it comes to, okay, no, I'm not talking about anything else All American because we already at Homecoming. I felt so bad for Cam, like I wanted to cry. I think I'm becoming a Lamone shipper. I can't wait till next week because I think that's when Damon finds out. Y'all, we gonna talk about it because All American Homecoming is really trying to make fetch happen, and I am going to watch it and maybe enjoy it because I stand All American Homecoming, but also Damon, focus. Focus. Thea foreshadowed the end of Thea. She told her mom, everybody I grow to love end up leaving me. That's not for you know what, Angela? That's not foreshadowing that. That was speaking to her distance that she had once she actually said that she loved him back. That was explaining why she grew distance, because she was expecting that, and he's still right there. But okay. Lamone's growing on me. I think he knows Simone better than Simone thinks. Y'all giving Lando a lot. Let me find out. All you gotta be is a chocolatey man with a great smile, and you can get away with murder. Cause y'all giving Lando a lot. Charmaine says I give it a 10 out of 10. You will say this. Jess says I will say this before I leave. Homecoming is hitting home now. My nephew goes to UVA and is part of the football team and has lost 3 teammates. Oh, I'm so sorry. Prayers up for UVA and your nephew. Dang. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. Thea singing the best part was the best part, 10 out of 10. That caught me by surprise. Here, surprise. Fearless Heart gives Homecoming an 8.5. Camry, hey boo, says 11 out of 10. Love for Cam says 9 out of 10. I gotta rewatch though. Not Love for Cam giving it a 9 out of 10. And this was another one of your, this was like episode 2 out of 2 for like focus on Cam episodes. Jasmine says a 9 out of 10 because Simone got on my nerves a little bit. Why Simone get on your nerves? Playing for Keeps says an 8 out of 10. Ooh, Chrissy said, ooh, got here just in time for Homecoming. Yes. Okay, Jess, come back once you finish Homecoming. We probably gonna still be here because there was a lot going on in this episode. It was given, I'm sorry, 8 to 10 out of 10. Not Princess and Erica, I hate when you're right. In the episode, you giving it a 10. Yeah, you making sense. Joya says, I really love Thea this episode. Thea gave me in love Schoolgirl, and it's refreshing to see. It is so refreshing to see. Because those girls still exist. Like, not everybody is just starting and bopping and bumping uglies in middle school. Like, come on, representation. Even JR had to say that Damon is Thea's first everything. Yeah. And I love that. Like, I love Damon being in the place. Like, I texted Melissa and Simone. I mean, not Simone. Melissa and Naya. And I was like, I love that Damon's, like, steady state is confusion. And that sounds very toxic to, like, say or to, like, type out. But I love that he cares so much that he's always trying to figure out, like, how to be present and show up and be available. And he's really trying to figure her out. And I like what that looks like on him. Like, he is confused most of the time. And it's not from either one of them being problematic. It's about them taking their time and revealing more and more and more of themselves to each other and them having to learn different things about each other. I just adore it. I adore it. It's one thing for the guy who can just read you down and know you immediately, which I thought was really dope with Spencer and Layla. Like, when that first happened, I was like, oh, I love this. Like, he sees right through her and, like, at her core, cool. But there's also something to be said about Damon, who knows the idea of Thea and, like, what she presents, but it's, like, also peeling back the layers of, like, what else is there once he's actually allowed on the inside. Because Shonda says, all I'm going to say is Damon not going to be interested for much longer because he's still so worried about Simone. I don't know about that. Even how they're playing that out, I think is very different, which I appreciate. They're not going down the stereotypical trope routes, which even with the whole pending love triangle thing happening, I am enjoying they haven't committed to it, because it also still feels like maybe that won't happen. Like, it could, there's a setup there, but then it's a very strong maybe it won't happen, because I do feel like they are very focused in giving Damon genuine feelings for Thea and, like, having him be genuinely in. Like, this episode he spent like, yo, I told her I loved her, and then we haven't really talked since, and he, like, felt the way about it. He's getting advice from other people about it, and, like, am I just in it by myself? And I love Cam being like, well, is that going to change anything if she want to take it back? No. Then continue to do you. It's not about that. Like, so much, even that, like, y'all, it's so many good juicy bits in this freaking episode, in this freaking part of the All-American Universe. Because even the thought of that, like, when you really sit down and think about a lot of the relationships happening in the All-American Universe, so much of it is transactional. So much of it is, well, if you love me, I love you. And I think that we're starting to see that be exasperated, specifically with Spencer and Olivia, because she's not reciprocating in the same way that most people would. But even looking at Layla and Jordan, it's like, well, I'm gonna pull back because you're not doing this. But if you feel it, you feel it. And like I've mentioned this before, of like, I think it's whack. Like if you feel something, if you love somebody in a certain way, or you feel something deeply and you pretend and act like you don't, simply because you don't know what's going on with them, like you're no longer being true to you and you're being whack. And I love Cam giving the advice of like, well, you continue to do you. She in love now or she gonna fall. That is just so it's just so true. And so I just feel like really, really dope. And they haven't had any couples, maybe except for Cam and Keisha, they're kind of doing it, but they're both on the same level in reference to how they feel about each other. But if he had that mindset, then like that's what he's been doing when he decided to get his mind right or whatever. I just think it's dope. It's so dope and it's so real. Dia is given, but I feel like they setting us up. Dia is everything. They could be setting us up, but then they also could not be. Because remember, y'all, season 1, it felt like they were setting us up for Marcus and Amara to be either Simone's daddy or Damon's daddy. And then that came, like, nothing came of that. So, like, I also am, like, keeping my hopes up of, like, they're not actually committing to anything. They're giving us plenty of seeds, which is interesting because they're giving us really, really strong story and additional seeds. And I'm just like, how do y'all have just so much to sprinkle around? Meanwhile, it's a barren desert over on All American, but I digress. Camry says, I think the problem people have with Dia is their kisses. It makes me cringe. I shipped them before they shared their first kiss. And again, Camry, my thoughts to that is like, not everybody looks like the picture perfect movie kiss. When y'all first started, y'all weren't doing that. Thea has never had a boyfriend, ever. Like JR said, this is her first everything. So people gotta be fucking for real. Playing for Keeps says, those damn All American kids grew up too fast. I can't relate. Can't relate at all. Kofi says Camille can sing, that I did not expect. I'm like, were y'all auditioning people and said that y'all all had to sing before we would actually sign you? Because we're going to see Keisha singing next. And I'm just like, bruh. She was beautiful. Been a fan of her since I got introduced to her as a pink Power Ranger from season 22. Oh, really? Wow. She got range. That's dope. Nia says, I like Dia. The only thing I don't like is that she's mad at Damon almost every episode. Okay, Nia, she's mad at Damon almost every episode, but she's also mad at herself every single day. Like, so it's not like she's mad. Like, she is literally like that. Like, that is a part of her personality. Like, she gets frustrated with herself when she feels like she makes a mistake or she don't do something. Like, I don't feel like it's the same as what we would typically look at of like getting an attitude and like putting somebody through hell. Like, I don't think that she's doing that. And the biggest thing for me with that is also she learns and apologizes when she's wrong. Something that y'all's fave has still not learned to do. Micah says the reason I never shipped Dia was because they showed me so much of Damon and Simone building a friendship and possibly being more in season 1. I felt for them and I just can't move on. Well, you need to go ahead and move on. And also, you need to open up your mind, expand your mind. Just because people are fine, they put them in a room together, they have a conversation, don't mean that they actually have to be together. So much of our lives would be so much better if men learn to actually have relationships with women outside of wanting to bump uglies with them. Like women because you actually think that they're a dope person, that they add to your life, that they can give you great advice. I promise you, it will up level your life for the better. You will never go back. Your life will never be the same. Robin says, first I was like, oh Lord, not Keyshawn's stepmama, but so far she's good on here. And she's still giving Keyshawn's stepmama vibes, but just not with the evil. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I don't want Joy over here because I'm still pissed at her. But yeah, I did tell y'all so, Kofi. I've been telling y'all so for quite a while, but you know, that's my job or whatever. Isis, welcome in. Jerome, welcome in. I started to feel Dia after this episode. I want to see what Damon say about Simone and Lando, though. Yeah, because it's about to be a mess. We're going to talk about it. Cam is hard, carrying All-American. Hopefully they can keep giving him good writing and not just relegate him to Keisha's boyfriend. I don't think that they're doing that. I think that they're they're putting their pen where their heart is and writing beautifully for him. I don't care. I'm still not a fan of Lando and Lamone. I'm not either. Some of y'all are just way too quick to jump on ships. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all are just way too quick to jump on ships. Thea just shows her love in a different way than most people, and they're mad about that. Period. I love the theme that the writers portrayed in this episode, that it's unhealthy to bottle up those emotions and attempt to deal with it all on your own, as well as it's vital to address your feelings. Yes, like Homecoming is like attacking real things. They are really sparking conversations that need to be had, and I love that for them. Christia says, I don't think Damon is going to get jealous for real. I think they're just setting it up to look that way. I agree. Well, all I can say is the writer should not have had Damon call Simone name like that. When a man call your name, that's a fire you can't quench. It's a thing now in our crew. Simone Hicks. I mean, I say it a lot, but the way that Dia love gets stronger after each episode. It is so beautiful. It is top tier love writing. Dominic says, when Erica is correct, I humbly take my defeat because Dia gave this episode. I waved the white flag in defeat. I appreciate it. We love when people can say, you know what, I was wrong, and it's all love. I love that for me. I'm not a Lando fan. He still gives me Fatal Attraction vibes. Chrissy, he giving something, and it's not just it's safe for Simone to be here. Like, she can have a little bit of fun, but y'all jumped on that shit way too quick. And just because he got real clear skin and good teeth, like, come on now. But Simone is doing it for me. It's giving fun. He encourages her. He ain't pushy or overbearing. Simone being like, get the hell up to Lando at the start of the episode was hilarious. I'm like, girl, not only did you want him to get out, but you pulled up a chair and sat there to be all dramatic. Like, Simone, get your life together. Lando hasn't known Simone long enough for him to actually know her. That part. I just think he know how to read body language and people well. And he knows the archetype that she's giving off, right? Like, she's giving off the student athlete that is struggling to make a name for herself and the focus. Like, he knows, like, the idea of people like her, but he don't know her. I'm still not giving Lando an inch because I don't trust it, especially if y'all watch Reasonable Doubt, especially after what they had Michael Ealy do to me. I am not giving nobody no inches. Y'all are not getting a centimeter from me. I am not moving until it's time for me to actually move. No points for good behavior. Period. Now Brita Kim is saying, girl, Lando is weird. Was never a Damon fan. Love how Damon and Thea started out. Yes, Mercy. Elle says, I love her voice, but the scene was a bit awkward to me. It wasn't about Dia, though. Would have been awkward if it was Martin and Gina. But that was also part of it. Like, this is the same girl who goes to bed at 9 o'clock, is only focused on school and tennis, but she is now shown up at a frat house at a frat party and decided to sing for the man that she loves to let him know, like, yes, I really do really care about you and I wanted to do some type of grand gesture. Like, part of that is awkward energy, right? Part of that is like, I don't know, but I'm about to do this thing. It worked for me. It was clicking on all cylinders for me. Hey, Keish, welcome in, boo. A lot was unpacked in this episode. Yes. Christina was like, sing to your bad, Thea. Yes. I said, Thea, you better sing, girl. Princess says, to be honest, Erica, I don't like the fact that Damon did tell Thea he loves her, because before the scene he texted Simone and said this is not the end of our story. Like, what does Damon exactly want? I mean, two things can be true. That's all I will say about that. When Cam told Damon to continue loving Thea through it all, do you like? And that's something that I ain't even gonna hold you. That's something that I had to learn as well. Like, and that's probably why I feel so passionately about it. The love that you put out into the world, the love that you give out, it will never come back void. Even if the person that you're attempting to direct that love to doesn't receive it or doesn't reciprocate it, you should never stop yourself from expressing love, expressing joy, expressing happiness, expressing any of the things that I just feel like we were meant to omit or emit. And when we hold ourselves back from that, all with the idea of like, well, I don't know what this person thinks. Like, we take this natural feeling that we have, this natural thing that we want, and we then make it about this person when it really has nothing to do with them. Like, if I feel compelled to cook for somebody because I want to feed them and it just will make me happy, I'm going to do it regardless of, I shouldn't be held back by like, well, what if they don't like my cooking? What if, like, all of that really doesn't matter. It's the action, right? It's the love that you should never really hold back. So I love that they took the time to have him say that, because I do think that that's a thing that's happening in our world, where people are not acting how they want to act, or allowing themselves to be as truthful as they possibly could be, because they don't want to get played. They don't want to look this way. They don't want to look that way. And I feel like the only way that you really look whack or you look like a clown is when you're not really being true to yourself, especially when it's emotions of like positivity and love. Like, cool, you can definitely fall in love with somebody who's not in love with you, but that, to me, while it could hurt, rejection is definitely, not the easiest thing to deal with. Look at it like, look at the capacity of love that you had. Like, the fact that you were able to love this person in this way. Like, it should all show you something about yourself versus being a negative that makes you never want to go there again. I hope that makes sense. JR and Gabby got me. I like them, but if JR want to learn how to be a hoe, he should just call the certified #1 hoe, Mr. Jordan Baker up, period. And I feel like Gabby wants JR, which is interesting. It's interesting how she is handling him, but she's definitely giving me that she wants him. Need more explanation on Thea's family. I'm confused. Okay, we're going to talk about that. I think Damon is concerned about Simone in a best friend way. I agree. This whole relationship is good for both Damon and Thea because they are learning from each other. They are learning from each other about each other and then also about themselves. And I love it. I love it. Like, Damon just loving her the way that he's loving her is forcing her to confront the idea that she has that people were going to love her and leave her. That is no longer a norm, or that is no longer a limiting belief that is on her life, that's on her mind because of this boy. Amazing. Utterly amazing. Cam delivered on every cylinder this episode. Cam Camp going strong. Cam Camp has come out of nowhere and has taken hold, okay? It has taken hold, and I'm not mad at it. Cam giving Damon solid advice while going through it. It's what we want to see from our black men. We love this for y'all. We absolutely love this for y'all. Everybody on campus knowing that Damon and Thea are in love with each other. Hello. And it's also, not for nothing, y'all, this is very much so bigger picture things. The fact that we get to see them on campus. Auntie Amara shutting the whole campus down and having everything in the quad, and they actually get to, like, not GAU. Yeah, GAU, what does y'all quad look like? What does y'all cafeteria look like? I don't even know what y'all classrooms look like anymore, aside from that one class that Spencer was late to. I think y'all are right. Somebody mentioned that part of the issue with All-American is that they're not actually having them live like college students. If they took all of the same drama that they are supposedly putting forward for All-American and put it on campus, that probably would help out a lot. That Mitchell scene especially was one of the best small beats within the episode, like 10 out of 10, or like one person said 11 out of 10. Yes. Erica, we're gonna do a sticky note and character list. Wait, Sticky note character list? What you mean? I'm lost. Sando and the bando, as she knows. Oh, Sando. Woo! Damon really said, what are you doing over here? Your dorm isn't here. I cannot. I am not looking forward to it, but I'm kind of looking forward to it because I want to know, like, I'm more so looking at what Damon's response to Lando and Simone is going to be, not because of however he feels about Simone, but what this means for his relationship with Thea. Because I can't. I hope Thea and Simone rekindles. Oh, yeah, they're coming. Thea and Simone's BFF 2.0 is on the horizon. Charmaine, Reasonable Doubt was that show until the finale. I'm not gonna spoil it for nobody, but the finale pissed me off. It really did. I don't know if you've watched it yet, but my God, I think Lando sees Simone as a challenge, which could be good or bad. That part, we want no man who see us as a challenge. We want no man who sees us as a challenge. Not in that way. Because it's something to do, and then once you have accomplished the challenge, beat the challenge, you move on to the next. He said, that's all I wanted from you. I like that part. I want more of a backstory on Lando since his family is Bringston legacy. Okay. Yeah, that's going to probably help me form a better opinion about him, because right now I ain't giving him an inch. I'm still dealing with the fact that he was a jealous, raggedy Negro coming for Damon. So Simone sleeping with him is not going to change that for me. That is still very much so in my mind. And if you're capable of that in that space, then you're also capable of it in other spaces. That's all I'm going to say. What y'all think about Nate and her boyfriend? We didn't get to see her in this episode. I'm almost caught up. I think, on these comments. Hey, John, welcome in. Oh, Robin, Reasonable Doubt, child. Ooh, I'm so mad. When Damon got mad at Mama Maze for giving up with Thea, that man Damon is in love with Thea, baby. In love, and then taking his lived experiences, and like you could just see he was speaking from like his parents and what he wanted. The storytelling is really just top tier. It is really just top tier, and I love this for us. All American Homecoming is very much given every week. Every single week. It don't miss. I feel like the writers shouldn't go with the predictable rules for once. And it doesn't feel like they're actually going with it. I like that they're planting seeds and it's almost like diversions for us. But yeah, I don't think that they are actually doing a lot of things that are in the box. Isania says, although I've been enjoying season 2 so far, I feel like we can still spice things up a bit. Like my friend mentioned, she wants Dane to come. Not sure about the idea, but some type of something. I don't think Dane coming would do anything because Simone doesn't like him, never did like him, and he's already been handled. So Dane popping up wouldn't do anything. Like he already apologized and all that, and Simone was pretty much unfazed by it. I mean, if he comes back and he wants to get her back, he's not going to get her back. So there's that. I don't know what Dane would actually add to. It would kind of just be messy for the sake of being messy. But not even messy because Simone she don't have no type of feeling. She don't feel a way about it. Unless he's coming back because he wants to be in Shay's life, so then he wants like information on the adoptive parents or something like that. Okay. Then we might be on to something. If he coming back for that, but if he coming back for Simone, he can go ahead and wrap it up. That is done. That is never gonna happen. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. But if he coming back to try to be in Shay life, that's something to be said. Damon might think that Lando is playing with Simone to get back at him. Hope that he's in that full of himself. I feel like it could be something along those lines. Not really just heavy on that. Like, it's clear that Simone is Damon's best friend. So, like, there's a very real chance, y'all, that Damon could feel the way specifically of, like, well, if she starts to kick it with him, then maybe he will become her best friend. And then she won't talk to me or whatever. So, it could be something that's not necessarily grounded in romantic love, but just like accessibility. You know what I'm saying? And then he could feel a way about that. Like, that's my friend. Like, Damon definitely gives very much so territorial, right? Regardless of bumping uglies with the person, he gives very much so territorial. So I think that it's going to be more along those lines than anything. And I also think that Damon is with somebody that, if that starts to even seem like the case, Thea's going to say, well, why do you have a thing? Why do you feel a way about it? Do you want to be with Simone? And then it's going to get squashed. Like, they also have that type of relationship where I don't think that that's going to be a huge thing. Damon loving Thea unapologetically and out loud, and Thea loving Damon out loud just does something for me. Yes. Not Wreck-It Ralph. Y'all keep calling that man Wreck-It Ralph. I'm weak. But did Dane sign his parental rights over for the adoption? I don't. We never saw that. So, if Dane come back for Shade, that's a vibe. Like, that's not a vibe. That's a mess. But that would be great. Like, that would be a story to explore for sure. I'll give y'all that. I'll talk about each character with the different segments. We've been kind of jumping all over the place, child. But we can. Or it could be, Aaliyah says, or it could be in the sense of he just don't like Lando and really don't want her kicking it with him. That could have been the case if they didn't make a point of, like, a few episodes back having Lando talk to Simone and then talk to Damon, and then Damon said something to Simone at Auntie Amara's house, like at their last dinner. He was like, yeah, and Lando said something that, brought something to my attention. So it made it seem like Damon was going to get on board with trying to be friends with Lando. If they had not done that scene, then I could totally see that. But this is supposed to be him embracing Lando. So I don't know about if it's just like, I hate Lando. Simone might be pledging with Aquila sorority. Men are frats, women are sororities, so that might be interesting. It looks like Damon might pledge KEK, so is JR gonna feel a way about that? I don't know. I feel like JR might want him to. I personally, I agree that they think they're setting him up to pledge, but I hope that they don't just have her go with the first thing. Like, I would love for them to explore the process, because that's a very, mysterious thing on HBCU campuses specifically. One of the biggest things for a lot of Greek letter organizations is discretion. So if they are able to show what that process looks like and, have Simone want it for herself and not them want it for her, because they're what old girl did was basically her grooming her. They think that she would be a great addition, so they're going to try to bring her in. But if you're not one of those girls and you want to be a part, then you have to start to do certain things and pop up places and associate and align in certain ways. And I would love for them to show that more so, especially if they're going to have Damon do it on the men's side, where clearly everybody knows who he is and they're probably going to recruit him. I would love for them to show the process of what it's like to go down that road, to make a decision which one is the best for you, to sit and look at them and see what core values align in previous member or current members who have come through there. And a lot goes into the decision. If you're a legacy, that's one thing, but then also when you're sitting down and making a decision of what Greek letter organization to go into, part of that is what connections you'll have when you come out, what field you want to go into. Are there any of your sorors or fraternity brothers in that space? So I would love for them to have an expounded conversation about it, and not just have, they like Simone the same way that they liked Nate because they wanted to up their diversity. And actually us get to see the other side of it, of Simone actually wanting to do it and doing all of the things that's required, because again, it's a very mysterious thing and it's hard to get into if you don't come from legacy and you don't know what to do. You can make a bunch of missteps. So if they actually show the process of Simone wanted to do things and doing something that's out the way, or people don't see as discreet, and what they do as a result of that, because there are things that just happen behind the scenes and they don't have to out the entire Greek letter organization world. But I think that if they found a way to tell that story fully, it would help a lot of people who are also coming into those spaces and pursuing things like that. I don't want to see Simone join John says you want to see Simone join a sorority. I don't want to see Simone join a sorority if she doesn't really want to. Which it didn't feel like she did. Like, she has not mentioned it. She has not, like, looked at those girls and be like, oh, she's cute or nothing like that. So part of it felt really, like, not arbitrary, because they do groom you and, like, recruit you low-key. But I don't want her to do it if she's not super drawn to it, because it's not just something to do. Like, it's a lifelong commitment, and you're entering into basically like a club that you will never leave, or sisterhood that you will never really leave. And there's a lot of history and culture within that. So if she wants to do it and they cultivate like her actually like having some type of drive to do it, cool. But I don't want them to have her do it just for the sake of having her do something that's like on a HBCU experience thing. If anything, I thought that we were going to see Thea do it, because she gives that, like, I don't know where her mom is, but I felt like when we saw her grandma to start, like, I felt like Thea would be a legacy girl, and that would be a great side of the story to tell. Now Aaliyah talking about we can't be mad at Lando for coming at Damon because he took his spot. Ma'am, how the hell was Damon supposed to know that he had dreams of coming there? He didn't even know who Lando was. He can't help that he was an MLB hopeful, and he decided that he wanted to come to Brixton because of the potential ties there, and that wound up booting him out of the spot. He didn't even know the Lando existed. So, like, Lando trying to have smoke for him for that made absolutely no sense. Like, I get getting your feelings a little bit, but having actual smoke for a person who had no idea that you actually existed and any of these wants were actually a thing, sir, no. Well, they haven't started the whole process yet, so I don't think that they've dropped. I know that Nate stopped showing interest because of what, right? That was all like the interest part. So part of it is like when you are going down that road, one of the first things that you need to do is start attending their events, to like have your face start to get known and to start doing certain things to make yourself seem more aligned with them without declaring that you want to be a part. That's the whole discretion piece. So Nate just stopped showing interest. I don't know about Thea. She has the injury, so she probably shifted focus. But then also, if they're going to have the storyline of Thea going the legacy route, she also doesn't have to do a lot of what regular people would have to do because she's legacy. She gets kind of like grandmothered in. Okay. So we're going back to talk about Damon. Let's talk about Damon and Simone and Thea. This is kind of going into the preview, which y'all gonna have to check out my preview video. I need to get that done before I have my flight is at 6 a.m. y'all. This one curl is stressing me out. My flight is at 6 a.m. I need to get my life together. Anyway, but I gotta record a bunch of stuff before then. I really do believe that Damon genuinely loves Thea, which is what makes the whole him and Simone thing confusing, because there are certain things that can be taken various ways, right? Like, they are clearly best friends, but specifically with some of the things that I said coming from a man, specifically within our society, because we are socialized to not get emotionally attached unless you're romantically interested. I totally see how so many people just assume like, oh, he's just doing Thea wrong, or he's prepping to break Thea's heart. Like, I 100% believe at episode 5, at this moment in time, there is not an ounce in Damon's mind or heart that wants to break Thea's heart. or is thinking about anything that would break Thea's heart. For me, I really believe that Damon is focused on school, baseball, Thea, and what he's going to do with these raggedy parents of his, in that order. Damon's funny. I don't remember you living here. It's hilarious. I mean, and he does. Like, Damon lives on the guy's side of that particular dorm, and Simone and them live on this side. It's the truth. And it could be, y'all, like, Damon is cool with having Lando as a teammate and being associates, but maybe he don't want Lando to infiltrate his inner circle. Their clique. He said it's full. We don't need, we already have a dark-skinned Wanda. Cam got it on lock. We good. We don't need skin, teeth, just sexy in the chocolate department. We got that already. We got 2 of it. Well, actually, we got 2 shades of it. We don't need you. He playing in her face. How was he playing in her face? So, like, yeah, let's talk about this, y'all. Let's talk about it, because some of y'all really feel this way. And yes, I have been on the DHEA train for a very long time, but I also don't feel like I'm delusional. Like, I really do feel like the stuff that I say makes sense. Ty says it seems that Lando is trying to push Simone into a relationship, and I don't want that to happen, even though I'm here for Lamone. Not Lamone. It will be Ormone. Y'all are forgetting this man's name is Orlando. Like, I don't think that she's ready for something serious yet. Lando's comebacks be everything. His comebacks do be everything. He a little smart ass for sure. Erica, if Damon is jealous because of the platonic love, what if Damon is jealous because of this platonic love he and Simone has? Yeah, that could be very real. That could be very real. Chrissy said that's exactly what it is, and I don't blame him for not wanting Lando in the circle one bit. Well, Lando's fans on social media are dang near worse than Samantha fans, though. I have not seen it. I haven't even seen any Lando fans on social media. And I'm sorry, for me, the Samantha fans will take the cake. They are the worst. The super fans are the worst. Hey, Ty. Hugging Thea but looking at Simone. That's how he playing in her face? Is he supposed to close his eyes? You just tell me. I wonder if the All-American writers analyze the characters like you do, or just writing to say, oh, this is a good drama. Who cares if it's out of character? I was doing a better job of reading the comment before I read it out loud. I mean, when you sit down to write, like, as a screenwriter, you do think about a lot of these things, and that starts to inform what the character will do next. So, like, when you construct a character and you have an idea for who this person is, the rest of it, like, as you go on episode after episode after episode, like, part of it starts to become like, well, how would they respond, because you've crafted them to be this thing. So the stuff that's out of character, I don't know how to get there, because, like, I have experienced, and Lord, I cannot wait for my series to be produced, but, like, I've experienced leading a writer's room and going from, we wrote 14 episodes of my show, and I came with these are who these characters are. I wrote the pilot for my episode, and then from there I come into my writer's room, selected these writers, and like they read it and they pull out like, okay, this is what this is, and I have to explain like, okay, Rain is this, and she does this, and she feels this way, and she has this position, and she had this trauma from her backstory, whatever, and all of that is done for each character, and then moving forward, all you're really doing as you are writing out the rest of the show is trying to is deciding where you want the character to go. So like they start here and you might want them to end up over here. Then you think about, well, what situations can we put them in that will get them there? And then once you come up with the circumstances, once you get into it, it's like, okay, Rain runs into her ex while she's getting coffee with her new man. It, not that the scene writes itself, but like once you've already decided, like we have the pilot, like I literally wrote the first 2 episodes of my show, and that's what my writers had to like move forward and build from there. You can literally ask yourself, well, how would Rain respond in this case? Like, would she spill the coffee because she was so nervous and she still has feelings for this dude and she's stuttering to like figure out if she wants to say hi, if she don't want to say hi? Does her new boo notice that she actually is like fumbling around a little bit? Is she looking up and looking down and like trying to make sure he don't see her because she saw him? And like all of that stuff starts to come into your mind, and that's a part of the process. So I understand your comment, and your comment is funny, but like part of me feels like there's no way that you can accidentally forget the character and go out of character, because when you're writing, you only get more and more information about the character, and you're responding to circumstances based off of what you've already written, if that makes sense. Y'all did not ask me for that screenwriting lesson, but that's a little insight. And to answer your question, Joya, I would assume that they do analyze the characters. I think a lot of people are looking at this Damon, Simone, Thea thing, black and white. They believe that it's a remake of Spencer, Layla, and Liv, and I hope that the writers of HC aren't just copying and pasting. I personally don't feel like they're just copying and pasting off the strength of, like, they even gave Thea and Damon a start, a real start at the beginning for her, and we still are not clear of where Damon is at, because like a lot of y'all were like, oh yeah, he slept with old girl last season, but they cut that out. Like they put it in a trailer and then they cut that out, so we never actually really got to see that. So we're not clear of what Damon's experience is in reference to that, but like how they're actually handling Damon and Thea has been very different than what I feel like was Spencer and Layla. And I feel like Spencer and Layla worked for Spencer and Layla, and I wasn't mad at it. But I don't feel like they're doing the exact same thing in that way. And then on top of that, Simone is very cognizant. Like she experienced the Spencer, Layla, and Liv thing of it all. So to have her as a character supposedly be a good character, a sensible character, a mature character, walk into that same exact thing, it doesn't make sense. It's cool to like tease the audience, but it wouldn't make sense to actually do. Damon be giving someone who has the cake and wants to eat it too. And I mean, what I would say to that is, why would you have cake and not want to eat it? But I see what you're saying. I just want y'all to be a little bit more specific, because y'all be throwing these cliches out there and they sound interesting, but then also like, what's the stuff to specifically back it up? Because for every time that people are like, he looked at Simone this way, or this text message, there's like 5 times where he reassures Thea and shows up for Thea in ways that she didn't even know that she needed him to show up, and he's just there. And he's doing it because he wants to. He's doing it because he's listening. He's doing it because he's intentional about what they have. John says, remember how Simone and Damon became friends by kind of being hostile at first, then apologizing. All the feelings kind of came up. He saw that when Lando came to dinner and Simone was pushing the it. I mean, I guess Simone and Thea's relationship seems to be improving, but I still can't get over the accusations made by Thea to Simone. I'm glad Thea is popping out of her shell, and I feel Simone is a lot to thank for that. It's Dania. I'm gonna use your comment to jump off on, but this is not specific to you, okay, boo? But y'all gotta let these people live too. Like, y'all gotta let these people live. Like, yes, Thea is wrong for her accusations of Simone, but we know what her backstory is. We know what she's drawn from, and with every episode we see her, we get further and further context of like what she truly feels, what she's potentially hiding or masking. So it makes sense. And so, like, as an audience member who has more context than even Simone has, being in a moment, like, I would expect us to be a lot more graceful of this person, because you can see where it's coming from. Simone ain't pure. Simone makes mistakes too. Like, why is Thea not getting forgiven for a mistake that clearly we're moving in a direction that Simone is going to be forgiving her for? And if I'm honest, I feel like Thea is also showing her true intentions. Like, she was hurt. She lashed out, and Simone called that. Like, I don't know. I also can't fight this fight. Like, if y'all don't like Thea, you don't like her. That's it. I can't even say nothing, because I do. And at this point, I'm just defending her for something that's like, it's also clear as day. So at some point, it's a choice. You can choose not to like somebody, and that's cool. Personally, I don't feel like I chose not to like Olivia. She forced me. Everything that she has done up until now, which didn't show any type of redeeming qualities, which haven't shown any type of growth, that to me gives me valid reason to be like, yeah, I'm off her. But Thea is like literally working through all the things. She's making missteps, but she's also addressing it. And she's like, I can work with that. I really can. But maybe you can't, and that's fine too. Damon got too much love and respect to do Thea dirty like that. I refuse to believe that he's going to do her dirty. I refuse to believe that too. The dude broke his neck to look at Simone. When? And when the news came on, announced his transfer, I hate that he looked at Simone first, not even acknowledging Thea until she said something. Okay. I mean, a lot of y'all are saying the looks that he gives, but then he also turns around and checks her mama. Also turns around and tells her that she's not going to jump out of this relationship just because some things are going awry, that he's in it. Like, it's also the first one to say, I love you. So, okay. Like, cool. Y'all can harp on these looks, but I also, like, I don't know. If you decide that you don't want to like the relationship, then don't like it. But what you should also address is that you could just not like it because you don't like it, and not that you actually have real reason to. Oh, of course, John. I will definitely watch a telenovela. Any of y'all, if any of y'all make anything, I will watch it for sure. And then I'm working right now with some writers who are writing things, and I'm reading their scripts and like helping them along to get, you know, their ideas out there. So of course. Has Damon and Simone actually said out loud that either wants to be with each other at any point? Just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. No. Not with this little flicked curl giving me not the vibe when I'm trying to be dramatic and petty. Kofi says, this episode I saw a side of Thea that I did not expect. Underneath the badass tennis player is a sweet wallflower who wants to be seen. Her admit to her mom that she's not socially awkward was good. Can you hear me, Kofi? Can you hear me? Have I not been telling you that she's this girl this whole time? Cause what? Erica told us so. Okay. And I ain't even know nothing about the mama. Jess, okay, hey, you back. Great episode. I like Dia, and they better stay together. Yes, exactly. Adriana says, hey boo, I'm happy that Thea is coming out of her shell. Those vocals, go ahead, Thea. That part, like, even like I just respect the character of Thea so much. And I personally feel like they should have given more elements of what they have embedded into Thea as a character into Olivia. Because Olivia has the backstory of like not being seen, not feeling appreciated, not feeling loved, which helped her create this whole shell wall around herself, right? And she turned to drugs and alcohol to be able to mask her feelings around that. She burst out of that joint way too fast without even really processing a lot of her thoughts and feelings, throwing herself into the center, into the spotlight that she ultimately wanted to get into because she resented Jordan for it. But she did so without any of these life lessons or learning moments that would help her better regulate when should she step up and speak up and be selfish versus when she actually does need to be selfless. And unfortunately, right now, everything looks like to Olivia that she's doing it for somebody else, and that's the lie that she's telling herself. And to me, those are some of the worst types of people because they're running around doing selfish, menacing things for the greater good, but the greater good is really them and they don't realize it. Kobe says, yeah, you can tell me, okay, you can globe. After this episode, y'all cannot tell me nothing about Dia. Y'all can't. And y'all didn't see it, but I saw it. I saw it in the writing. Well, also while I'm watching, that's another thing, y'all. While I'm watching a lot of these shows, I am seeing what I feel like is written on the script. Which is what is giving me a lot of the insight and the critical analysis that y'all get from me in some of those cases. Christina said, listen, y'all don't have to like Thea, but the way some of y'all are hating everything that she do is and say is OD. Period. But it's cool too, because if that's what makes you happy, go for it. But y'all, like, so many people, I feel like, unfortunately, that's like the gift and the curse of this platform that I have. Like, some of y'all really, I don't know, but y'all like take up the mantle of like, if I can get Erica to agree with me and hate this, then I don't know what it would do for you, but y'all be wanting it. And I'm probably never going to give you what you want. Like, I'm just not. Ask the Olivia stands. I'm just not going to give you what you want. So, like, specifically when it comes to me and my platform, you might as well go ahead and let it go, baby. Go try somebody else, because it's just not going to work. Thea been that girl. I saw this from the beginning. I saw the seeds of it. Like, just the seeds from the very beginning of what they presented to us in Thea's character. I was like, yo, this is what this could be. This is where she should go. Like, this is amazing. And there's very few characters like her on television, period. It's brilliant. Not Erica hitting the mic saying I told you so. Hey Tamara, welcome in. Thea is so genuine. I'm loving her story and her innocence, but also knows what she wants. Yes, and that's a very interesting and strange place to be somebody who is very headstrong and ambitious in one area, but insecure and cautious in another, and like trying to figure out what's the balance of how you take this thing that's a strength for you over here and apply it to your weakness and vice versa. That's real life. It's real life. And yes, Thea did give Mean Girl originally, but again, I feel like they set her up to give Mean Girl with the story. She wasn't just Mean Girl for the sake of being mean, or Mean Girl because I'm pretty and I'm better than all you hoes. She gave Mean Girl as a defense mechanism, and I can get into that on any day of the week. Any day of the week, because I have plenty of defense mechanisms myself. Like, yeah, I can relate. Who do I think is going to be? Most people say it's Layla. I could see the blast from the past being Layla. I don't see it being Dane, but I kind of like that now that people have mentioned it. Like, if he's coming back and wants something to do with Baby Shay, I would love that. But I personally would feel like it's Layla, and it's going to be a conversation about Jordan and their relationship. And it's a little bit too little too late if you ask me, but whatever. Now, I hope this mark on Thea's shoulder don't shake the foundation of Dia. Like, I hope she comes honest about the mark as well. I personally feel like the mark might have something to do with steroids. Somebody mentioned it last week in the live. And I'm like, because I'm like, girl, yeah, why are you recovering so fast? Why are you hitting this ball like this today? Something ain't right. And I don't know how Damon gonna feel about it. Like, I do feel like Damon rides for her, but I also feel like he's going to have a problem with it. Like, a real problem with it. I'm still shook at how Olivia pushed Erica to this point. Now I'm still shook at how Olivia pushed Erica to this point. It was a sad fall to watch. John says Erica and Olivia falling out. Top 10 anime betrayal. Period. I was rooting for you. Like, y'all, if you go back into the archives of my All-American videos, there is a very clear point where I'm like, giving Olivia so much rope and like, why won't Spencer tell her that he loves her, and all before we get to Vegas. I'm like, Spencer's the problem. He ain't being honest. He ain't being straight up. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing that. This girl needs more reassurance. She needs X, Y, and Z. Like, we gotta understand. We gotta da-da-da-da. And then when we find out what happened in Vegas, which was all before episode 1, and she knew that the entire time and did all those things. Like, from there, it was literally like a slow crumble. And then she continued to just make things worse and worse and worse. And I'm just like, who is this person? To the point where we get to today of just like, girl, I don't know her. I don't know her. I can't. So, yeah. I was rooting for you, and you pushed me to this point. You and your raggedy fans pushed me to this point. Because they also, it's something I had to like really reflect on, like the backlash that I received and some of the hateful things that I experienced over the course of a year, specifically when having conversations around that character and like not being able to wrap my head around how people could be so disrespectful over a fictitious character. Like, all of that really worked together to make me be like, yeah, I don't need this in my life. Like, I'm very much so a person in real life. If something is bringing me nothing but negativity, I can release it, because why? Why would I ever? My life is precious. My time is precious. It's valuable. I'm good. Damon has been kind of predictable. I don't know how you predicted it, John, because I wasn't. I would love to know, John, what you think is predictable about Damon. Heck, I'm still struggling with the fact that I didn't like him. I'm just like, Erica, we fall down, but we get up. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for her. She was literally the victim that everybody could get on board and like rally for, and like every last one of them bakers could catch it. Every last one of them, in the name of Olivia. But now the only baker that got me riding for her is Laura, because the rest of them, no. Absolutely not. The brown part of the baker bloodline is raggedy, okay? Raggedy. Micah has a question for you. What's the question, Micah? Did I miss it? It's below Tamara's. Wait, I gotta scroll up to see it. Type it again, Micah. Remember we were on the live doing a car scene when Olivia was tipsy and finally confessed her feelings with Spencer. We were all going crazy, including Erica, but now I was rooting for her, even in that moment, to finally get it out. We were on live. We were on a Zoom, I think, right, John? And it was bringing a little tear to my eye and everything. After she had put me through hell with Vegas episode really bothered me a lot, y'all. Like, it really, like, watching her walk away like that, it just really did something to me. But 2 seconds after she professed this love, she asked this boy to switch seats. That girl, go to hell. You can bring back Track Star Live all you want, John. I don't care about what Olivia Baker doing. I'm done with her. Samara says, I believe Damon will be the one to help Thea come off of the steroids. If that's what it is, then the writers are going to spin it and have Thea spiral. Ooh, I ain't mad at it. Who do you think is the most spoiled and entitled, Liv or Jordan? Liv. because Jordan doesn't want much. Jordan is definitely entitled, but he doesn't want much. Olivia wants to wreak havoc and be exalted as queen, and it's just like, girl. Love for Cam says, I don't think I ever rooted for Olivia. Really? Season 1, I was like, oh, poor little Tink Tink. Like, watching her watch Spencer and Layla kiss, like, while I wanted it to happen, because I wanted Spencer and Layla from the beginning, I was like, oh, not her little heart. I hope it's just a bruise on her arm from the tennis ball practicing, knowing she shouldn't have, and trying to cover it up instead of steroids. I hope it's something that simple too at its XD, but it also feel like if it was that, she would have said, I was practicing and a ball hit me. Like, I feel like she would have said that. Like, she's hiding it for some random reason. Oh, who do you think is the best for the past? Oh, okay. I answered that already. And I don't know. Like, I think it could be Layla. But also, I don't care about them having a conversation anymore. Like, that time has passed. Nia, Vegas was one of your favorite episodes? Absolutely the hell not. That episode is going down in history as one of the... It wasn't like the worst episode, but emotionally, it wrecked me. Like, it really wrecked me. We gonna get... Kofi said we gonna get the breakdown video from last week soon. Kofi, I'm so behind, and I'm gonna try. Once I get off this live, I'm gonna try to crank out as many videos as I possibly can, because I am, again, have a flight out in the morning, and this is supposed to be like a mini vacay for me, so I'm going to be a little bit missing the action and enjoying myself a little bit. So I'm gonna try. I have a whole list of everything that I have to record, and it's lengthy. It's very lengthy. Regardless, Kofi, y'all will get more, because I have a bunch of stuff that I'm releasing for members first. So yeah, you should see a good amount of stuff. Yeah, you're just looking forward to them. I appreciate that. I think from the Vegas episode down to this one, AA just started going downhill. I think that the decision to center the entire world around Olivia versus keeping it focused on Spencer was the wrong decision. Yep. Hey Jay, welcome back in. He has been different ever since she put a spell on him. Child, and I would like for her to take it off. Olivia, you have Spencer's voodoo doll, release it, because I'm tired. Girl, you can go ahead and keep watching that dang on Vegas episode. Was Daniel Ezra crying in the Vegas? I know. Olivia running out. And y'all can go back and watch my breakdown for that. I really tell you why I'm like pissed about it. Like, I felt her walking away in that moment was her literally telling herself, I don't deserve good things. I don't deserve this boy. I am nothing. And like, even now, like, if I saying that brings up feelings for me of like, don't you ever talk about yourself in that way. So like, when I watch it, that's what I see. So I can't watch it. I really can't. Anything else we missed from Homecoming? I'm going to say that Damon has a problem with Lando and Simone, or will have a problem with Lando and Simone, specifically because he wants his friends to stay his friends. That's his inner circle, and Lando is not coming in and pushing his out. And then another thing is like, if Simone ain't coming to Damon for advice and she going to Lando for advice, there's something to be said about that, right? Like, because what that's something I will give him. He does say some cool things, even though I'm still not giving him a centimeter. like y'all are. He does say some cool things. He has some cool insights. So he could definitely feel a way about that. Dia is still going strong, honey. Hella strong. Like, I need Dia to at least make it to season 4. Period. Like, I am perfectly fine with the pacing that they have with them, with all of the beats that they have them going through as a couple, all the things that they have outside of their relationship that's also informing how they move in their relationship and how they're like slowly revealing those things. Love that for them. I personally want Simone to stay single. Like, I understood in this episode what they had Simone talking about in reference to she got to stay focused on school and sports because she's all about tennis, but like, you don't need a scholarship anymore because your mother's paying for you to be here. You are a teenage mother that gave your child up for adoption. You just went through a divorce or an annulment. Like, I get it, Simone, but also, girl, be for real. Calm down. Like, your world is not about to end. You're not in a place of, if you don't beat this tournament, it's over for you. Like, you're actually in a place where you can stop and you can breathe. So she kind of annoyed me this episode because she had this whole like, I just gotta make it attitude, and it's like, girl, no you don't. Literally, like, everything is clicking at all cylinders for you right now. Literally, this is the one time where you really can take a like stop and take a breath. Yes, work hard, but then also calm down. Like, you can't go and have a snowball in the quad because tennis or die. Like, girl, it just feels so performative. Like, I don't know. Simone is my girl, but I'm also watching her like, girl, she's not the most interesting thing for me right now on Homecoming. I will say that. I agree. I think that Gabby is feeling JR for sure. And then I also like, okay, Simone and Lando are sleeping together because she got to scratch that itch. But I also don't feel like this is actually her. Like, I don't feel like Simone is that girl anymore. She might have been that girl, but like, I don't feel like she's this girl anymore. So like, also, I feel like she's just trying to do this, I don't know. It's just like, girl, if you want to stay focused so bad and you can't ever, like, girl, then do that. But like, pick a struggle and stick to it, Simone. Because at this point, you just get on my nerves. Spayla needs to hit it one last time. I don't know. Like, before, maybe if it was like, he would have to, Spencer would have to be on his baby please for real. But now that she's with Jordan, I don't see how they could actually spin the block. And that's unfortunate because I do feel like Layla and Spencer were a good relationship. Like, they were actually who each other needed in the moment that they were together. And their relationship benefited each other. Similar to how we see, and I get the comparison in this regard, like with Thea and Damon. Like, I do feel like Layla and Spencer were able to teach each other a lot. But I don't know, like, and the way that Jordan liked to swing on women, not women, the way that Jordan likes to swing on people over women, it's just like, if there was ever a moment where Spayla even had a thought of spinning the block, the Baker Menaces, they would be insufferable. So no, I think the Spayla ship has completely sailed, and we can go ahead and release that with any hopes of Layla and Simone having a conversation, or Layla and Olivia having a conversation. My bad, because Layla and Simone are probably about to have a conversation if she's the blast from the past. But we can release any idea of Spayla with any hopes that Layla and Olivia actually have a conversation. What I need them to do, as you said, Erica, is for Spencer to call her and check on Simone, or even better, have him join All American Homecoming, since he's happier on Homecoming than on All American. Listen. Love for Cam says, I don't care. I was here for Spayla. I was here for Spayla too. 120%. Kofi says, seems to me that Lando actually wants to pursue something with Simone. But she holds all the cards, honestly. Yep. Hi, just Akina Inky. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Do you like Jordala? No. Not at all. Love Layla, but no. Sandrika. Sandrika says it's the fact that I have my Love Me Like Olivia Love Spencer shirt and I can't wear it. I had to stop wearing and I was wearing that thing out. Like, I had to stop wearing my Love Me Like Spencer Loves Olivia shirt. Because, like, love me that hard, but then also I would hate for you. Like, the part that I think that the Olivia fans are missing, the super fans are missing, is, like, he is literally miserable. And it's like they don't care about any repercussions for, like, her response. I had to stop wearing my Love Me Like Spencer Loves Olivia shirt because it just felt wrong. Like, I feel bad that you love this girl this much. It's not looking good for you. And welcome in, Chandrika. How are you? I would have taken Layla and Spencer spinning the block over her and Jordan any day. Me too. Me too. It would have been weird. It would have been messy. But how they navigated it would have been good TV, I think. I really think it would have been good TV. If Spencer gets on Homecoming, he gonna take Simone, Thea, and Keisha one at a time. Okay, no, because what I will say is, out of all of the men who Spencer took their girl, he was never up against a Damon Sims, which is basically a light-skinned tall or a brown-skinned taller Spencer James. It's like Spencer going up against Multiverse Spencer. And I don't know if he gets to just walk away. And I'm not of the camp if he actually took all these girls, because that's a whole other conversation. But if I'm just going to entertain what y'all talking about, Multiverse Spencer ain't going to go down without a fight. Like, Multiverse Spencer got hands too, because Damon is everything. I need to go back and, like, pull my videos where I was trashing Damon and, like, pull something out, like, singing his praises and put them together in a video. It's giving Erica you're unhinged because, girl, where's Clay? Like, I feel like they just paused that storyline completely. They've been doing it a lot with all, like, yeah, child, we don't know. Honestly, don't even know why Jayla like each other. No substance, because they both fine. And because they know each other, honestly, they both too afraid to get back out there in the world and meet somebody that they never met before and potentially fall for somebody that they have no backstory with, no knowledge of. So they go for who they already know. I'm interested to see more and know more about Thea's dad. Me too. I can't wait to get more backstory on Thea, period. Like, I want to know is her mama poor? And, like, is the mama not... Because... she's called Mama May, so I'm assuming that that's her maternal grandmother, right? I'm like, does the mama not like the grandmama? Like, what's going on here? Did she not get passed down any money, or, like, what's happening? Micah says, I know you ain't ever going to ship them, but you telling me that you can't find one thing you like about Jordan and Layla. No. There's not one thing that I like about them. I don't like watching them kiss and bump uglies. I don't like watching Jordan shuck and jive and basically give him what he gave Simone. It's not even anything different. Even, like, with the episode, and she's like, what do you like about me? And he's, what was the question, y'all? I remember his answer. I don't really remember the question. The question was something along the lines of, like, describe your perfect girl. He says you. She says, what about me? He says everything. You got to be more specific. When you have a history now, like, Simone is starting a precedent of, like, bad bitches in your past, solid bitches in your past. You cannot just be like everything, or she's independent, she's smart, she's sexy. So was Simone. What is specific to Layla? And the fact that they didn't give him anything specific to say, No, I'm not giving you that. I'm not buying into it because it's giving surface bullshit. Honestly. No, I'm not doing it. So no, there's like literally nothing that I like about them. The whole idea of the storyline annoys me. And who Layla is with him annoys me because I also feel like it's a setup for her to regress. She was so much further along character development wise before entertaining this whole Jordan thing. So no, I really don't see it for anything of it aside from her looks. And it's not even them together. It's like her actual looks. I'm gonna cut this piece of hair because Lord help me. Coach said that's a hell no. Yes, exactly. It's a hell no for Erica. It's Thea's rich grandma for her dad's side and why they don't want her money. I feel like it's from her mom's side, but we don't know that for sure. Thea is the most interesting for me on Homecoming. Yeah, for sure. The mama was cut off, maybe. I don't know where I came up with that. Multiverse Spencer is the name for Damon. I think that before Cam expressed his feelings for Keisha, Spencer probably could get him, but he couldn't get Keisha today. Cam got that on lock. I don't think Damon is gonna let go of Thea without a fight, so Spencer may have to buck up. That's what I'm saying. Multiverse Spencer ain't to be played with. That's hilarious. Like I saw Doctor Strange open a portal and Damon walk through. Like I laughed like Erica laughs. Yes, exactly. Love for Cam, you really think that? Poor Cam. I don't know if he could easily take Keisha, but it would definitely be possible. I don't know if anybody could take Keisha today because she's sure about hers. And all she needed was for him to be real with her, and that's hers. Especially after this episode with the mental health, and he honest about it. He got them going to talk to therapist. She ain't never giving up on hers. Spencer or not. Jordan probably have a Layla doll the same way Olivia got a doll for Spencer, because what do you see, Layla? Exactly. It's giving release their voodoo dolls because we're tired of y'all. Is that the last thing that JW did before he moved to Florida? He put y'all down to a little hoodoo and gave y'all some dolls for these people? Like, I can't. I need Simone to be alone and stop having these one night stands because they never work for her. Exactly, girl. I like Jordan better when he was with Simone. Now he just irks my nerves. Listen. I mean, you're not wrong, but Spencer knows how to break down defenses. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this up. Spencer season 1 and 2 knows how to break down defenses. Spencer season 3, 4, and 5 only sees Olivia Baker. Only knows Olivia Baker. Can't function. Barely can make himself breakfast. I don't know how he's catching the ball on the field because if it's not Olivia Baker, he don't know it. So y'all giving this Spencer James a lot of credit, but he ain't been Spencer James in a very long time. Okay? It's giving body snatchers, honestly. Like, y'all giving him way too much credit. He is not the Spencer James that we met and we used to know. He is somebody else. Multiverse Spencer's from the south side of Chicago. He ain't playing with them. Period. You hear the big theory going around Twitter that All American University Liv's gonna be pregnant. Yeah, some people started posting those comments on my video, and I think that would make me stop watching the show. Like, I'm really hanging on by the thinnest of threads, but I think that would make me stop watching the show. And the craziest thing is, maybe I'll do this with my little crew that we be getting on Zoom with. I wrote, so when you're a screenwriter, it's just a little random tangent, y'all. And shout out to anybody who's watching who takes timestamps. If y'all could start doing that for me and post them in the comment section when I start talking about different things, and like just what time was on the thing and what I started talking about, that would help me out a lot so I could better organize these videos. But real quick tangent, screenwriting, right? As you're a new writer and you're breaking in, one of the things that you have to do, or it's good for you to do, is to write spec scripts, which are speculative scripts based on like shows that are currently being made. And for a lot of the writing programs for like Warner Brothers and HBO and X, Y, and Z that you submit to because you're trying to get staffed in one of their shows, you have to submit spec scripts, and you also have to submit an original script. I did a spec script for All American. I think now it's been 2 years. And it was before it was right after season 2. And it was a spec script that I put a year in advance because I wanted to have enough time to submit it to, the different programs as my example of writing or whatever. And in that script, it was their first semester of college, and Olivia had gotten together, and potential pregnancy was the thing on my episode. So now that that's coming up, for me, it's so weird because when I wrote that episode, and I said maybe I should get on a Zoom with y'all, because I kind of want to break down what I wrote for y'all and like show y'all what an episode would look like if I was actually a part of their team. Because I wrote it and I thought it was really good. I was so excited when I wrote it, and that was a potential plot point to now that potentially being a part of the conversation. And I think it's the worst thing that could possibly ever happen to Spencer. The worst. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me where we're at. He got to represent Chicago more because he got put on his ass by Beverly Hills boy. I mean, yeah, they let Spencer. I mean, they let Jordan get off a little bit too much when it came to Cam, and dang it, when it came to Damon, and I didn't like that. Spencer in the red shirt though, I was like, damn. Those diehards Olivia Twitter pages are running with the theory that Liv's gonna be pregnant. I'm praying that it's not. I don't think that they're giving us any, and unless this little one random backslide is what's gonna do it. But they haven't given us anything to show that they have been having sex unprotected, and they ultimately ended up in her bed, and they have been having sex this whole time. So like, I feel like there would still be condoms there. I would hate it. That would probably be the thing that like, all right, I'm good. I'm done. Release Spencer from this jujitsu, period. Release him. We want him gone. We want him out of this raggedy ass vortex. It's time for you to act because Olivia must be stopped. She must be stopped. Nia Love says, I don't think Olivia will get pregnant, but I do feel like the new girl will as soon as Spencer finds a new relationship. Ooh. Whoever does, I think that they also are probably going to explore them not keeping it, because we've already watched somebody have a baby. But I'm praying that Olivia doesn't get pregnant. Like, it would just be the worst. And like, me even thinking about the idea of like, it would be worse for her to get pregnant than some rando that he just met, because it would be like it just would be the worst. Thank you, Dominic. If you can, don't like stress yourself out or anything. Liv fans have also found their new character to hate in Coop. They hate anybody that's going to speak the truth about Olivia, which is why I have been the villain in like, and I have condos in all of their minds still to this day. Like, the fact that people are still writing Tumblr breakdowns and full-on think pieces about the big evil ugly girl on YouTube that talks about Olivia Baker when I barely even like give half of an attention span to her anymore is like, y'all are completely unhinged, okay? Like, it's ridiculous. It's still happening. I'm still catching wind of stuff, even though I have like 60 accounts blocked. They're ridiculous. I don't want to see them on Twitter. That's why they blocked. Saying Coop and Ob and a menace, and she's jealous of everything. Coop has been in top form in this season. She is finally back and a little bit better than ever. So, yeah. That professor for Keisha is giving me Olivia vibes, no caps. Why? What's your overall opinion on Thea? I love Thea. I love Thea's character. I love the mean girl with a reason why. I love the backstory that she has. I love that we're getting to see her guarded. I love that we're getting to see a really genuine and authentic expression of falling in love for the first time in this particular time period for these black people. I love it. I think that an abortion thing would wreck Spencer. So if that was to happen, I think that would be the result. Olivia getting pregnant would be the worst because it would draw Spencer in even deeper and he would never get back, I fear. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And this is another thing, and I'm gonna stop talking about this here, but like another thing about Olivia fans, they don't care. Most of them don't really care about Spencer. They only care about Olivia. And once I realized that shifted things for me too, because we're not even having a conversation about wanting two people to be happy. They only want her to be happy. So whatever she does that is making her happy is 100% fine with them, regardless of the fallout that it has on anybody else. Yeah. Anything else, y'all? Any additional thoughts, theories, or whatever that we need to discuss? We had a nice, fruitful conversation tonight. We got into some things. And it's still 9080, y'all rocking with me live. It's been tottering around 100 this whole time. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Oh, wait. It's 104. Shout out to y'all. Give this video a like. I'm so horrible about saying that while the video is actually happening. Give this video a like, pretty please. Also, clip some of the favorite parts that you guys have. Like if I say something or do something or read out your comment, there's a thing on YouTube now where you can clip it. So if you scroll down to the bottom or below the video, you can select clip and it'll allow you to clip a specific segment and share it to your Twitter or your Instagram or wherever you want to. Do that for me so that we can help the channel grow, the community grow. We can broaden this conversation and you can support me in that way. I appreciate it, y'all. Yeah. Anything else before we get out of here? Nia says, very true, Eric. I made the mistake of clicking on the hashtag Monday and it was crazy over there. I have blocked it. I blocked the All American hashtag on Twitter. I have blocked so much just because it's just not a happy place. And not that everything has to be happy, because listen, look at our real world, but also like I can't. While I would love to converse with people and go back and forth, I'm also not arguing with idiots. I'm just not doing it. I can have a conversation, I can debate, but I refuse to argue with idiots. So, knowing our worth and making good decisions based on our worth. I love that for us. Man, anything that I actually need to see, one of my people in my community will DM it to me. Otherwise, I've missed it. The BuzzFeed stuff, people were like sending it to me. Cool, you know? Did we talk about JJ and Jabari? We didn't talk about JJ and Jabari. Jesse Raymond Sr. not being here probably didn't stress Erica out this week, and I'm here for it. I hate that man's face. So yes, Auntie Amara knew like he could not be on campus because it's all about relax, relate, release. And shout out to I didn't even catch that first, but when people started to post that on the like spoiler post, initial thoughts comment post on my community tab, they were like, oh, the nod to Different World. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Dope. But yeah, because Jesse Raymond Sr., his face stresses me out. Auntie Amara was great this episode as well. I love the ending with her and Simone. Yes, I love that for them. What did I think of Thea's swift recovery? I think that she might be on steroids. If Layla mentions the vortex one more time, I swear to God, like, why is the relationship hidden? What they gonna do? Jump you? They have no grounds. I can see you caring what Simone thinks, but like, exactly. It's more to it. It's more to her hiding. Like, I get trying to protect it from, but also, why do you put so much value into what these people think when they spent a whole year of your life shitting on you? Girl, I think it's something to it. It's something more to this whole relationship thing. I don't think it's going to be as smooth as people want it to be. What I hope is that he comes back more forgiving, and he needed to be at that wellness. He definitely did. I can't wait to see the first episode where he's sitting at that damn diner and Damon don't show up. I can't wait. He gonna be sitting there looking like Cam when Keisha ain't show up. It's too soon. No, but we didn't talk about Jabari and JJ. What I love is that Jabari is completely unbothered because your white privilege, don't nobody care. Like, he didn't tell you that you gonna be my understudy, whatever he said. Boy, y'all just ain't seen me yet. You haven't faced me in almost a year. I've been in the gym for the whole year. You've been doing keg stands and whatever the hell else is going on. Growing out this peach fuzz and this little whatever you got on your head. Like, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. I cannot wait for Jabari to get on the field. Can't wait. JJ, you cool and all, you comedic relief, but what we gonna do is ride for a real one who deserves the scholarship and go put that work in. You could throw the parties. You could throw the after party for the game. But Jabari got it from here. Enjoy your downfall. Enjoy your downfall. And I love it. This is one of the plot points, or one of the storylines that I actually can get behind on All American. Because the moment that JJ said that he didn't care, the first thing I thought of is like, what black athlete could have used the scholarship and cannot afford to go to college? Parents don't have no money and could have used it. And you could have literally just been on a team and had your parents pay for it because it's nothing to you. So for them to have Jabari in this spot right now, perfect. And there's no shade. Still love JJ down. But also, business is business, baby. JJ need to sit down for the rest of the season, I fear. Or he can go ahead and quit the team. Go ahead and, like, you already a pledge. Didn't he pledge? Like, isn't he a part of the fraternity? Which I don't even know how that happened so fast. Well, I also don't know how white fraternities work, because they don't cross the burning sands and stuff, right? So, okay, so that's different. Never mind. I'm thinking about Black Greek Letter Organization. So, JJ's already a part of this. He can go ahead and move to the frat house and be the frat boy. That is perfect for you. Kobe says, I think when she means vortex is more over Olivia's opinion. I don't think Asher and Spencer won't have a problem with it. Kofi. What Olivia Baker got to say. We don't care. We don't care. Don't nobody care what Olivia Baker got to say. Olivia Baker got to say about you dating Jordan after she dated your man, after she knew that your man professes love to her, and then she allowed you to get back in a relationship with them and stay in that relationship for 3 months. And then went up to the cabin with you, was making all type of oogly eyes and telling you how you wasn't showing up as a girlfriend because she had more insight? Who gives? No. It's not valid. And if she cares about it, they having her character go backwards because she's supposed to be finding her voice, standing in her truth, all of that. So did she learn or did she not? Because if we giving a damn what Olivia Baker got to say, then it's given that we didn't learn. It's given that Olivia is 50-50 on having your best interest at heart. And 50-50 is a stretch. No. Jabari is about to show out and I cannot wait. He was completely unfazed. Meanwhile, JJ, you shaking like a stripper, tighten up. Love it. Love it. Lauren said with the white fresh, you could just drink a beer, sign a paper, and boom, you're in the fraternity. I had to catch myself because I was assuming that everything is like the process of Greek life, but our Greek life, and it's not. Ours is a whole process. Like, you have months of things. Yes, Christy, enjoy your downfall. Please enjoy it. Buckle up. Fearless Heart says, I'm okay with somebody dying on All American. There's no stakes. I don't know if I want anybody to die now. Oh, JJ was legacy for that frat. Even better. That means he literally just signed his name on paper and they probably toast him with a beer. You're so right. Rainy Day Studios. Hey, boo. Just finished All American Homecoming and I've grown an unhealthy obsession with Orlando, Florida. Not, oh my gosh. Not you coming in here loving Lando. My gosh, y'all just love some clear skin and a nice smile, child, and waves on swim. Lord, y'all so weak in the knees. Stand up. Oh, I did used to call Carter principal asshole, didn't I? I didn't even remember that. Wow. I'm gonna go back and rewatch some of my old videos because I be saying some wild things in the moment. It literally just be coming to my head. Centrica said, I love a breakdown of what you wrote. Also believe that unstable as Olivia is right now, it will be even worse for her. She doesn't have her stuff together for herself, let alone a baby. Big facts. Big facts, Chandrika. I mean, I've been like hyper focused on Spencer because I feel like nobody is, but what you said about her too, yes. We don't even know Lando personally, for real. Love for Cam is like, what y'all not going to do is try to usher in this other chocolatey brother while I'm still warming the seat. Cam just got his spot. He just got his spotlight, what y'all not about to do. Oh, why were there no black girls at that speed dating event? They got a bunch of white ghost believing girls and feet fetish hoes. They got exactly what they deserved at that thing. And also JJ put it together. Even though JJ definitely gave me that he would date black girls, but we've never seen him do it. So I don't know. Don't hate people. Lando is cool ways. Kofi, we get it. But also no. He's on probation. Period. Do you think that Damon and Simone will end up together? I don't. I don't think they will, and I also am hoping that they don't. Or going to stay in their current relationship. I hope that they stay in their current relationship. I would like a cute little deep dive on Lando, not gonna lie. What am I supposed to say about him? Exactly, he a little too mysterious. We don't even know nothing, which is why I'm apprehensive. Yeah, exactly. We're not welcoming Lando until we feel like he's earned it, just as Cam had to earn his. Period. And Cam had to put in work because he got the homecoming. I was still on his head. I don't think I got off of Cam's head until he was sitting at the damn diner waiting on Keisha. And then I was like, all right, I'm a chill because there's nothing I could do that would be worse than what she just did to that man. Oh, he did hook up with the girl that Spencer rejected this season. You're right. But I would feel like he would have done, like we would have seen more girls of color in his past. Cause I remember feeling that from the beginning. When we first met JJ, he gave white boy that wanted to date black women, but then we never saw him with one. So, but you're right, he did do that this season. Not Rainy Day Studios talk about you and Orlando stand now. 2 episodes of you standing this man. I cannot. His mama's an artist. Okay. Well, Cam gave us every reason to hate on him. And y'all already know why. Well, I don't know if you know, Love for Cam, how long you've been around here. You've been here this season. But my biggest issue with Cam from the jump was been how he kept going so hard at Spencer. Like, every male who entered the All-American universe, like, it was like a mandate to hate Spencer. And Cam would take the cake with it. Like, he always just was on some stuff. And it's like, whole time, you really want to be this man's friend. Like, cut it out. Cut it out. Not Lando stole your heart in this one episode. Rainy Day Studio, stand up. You getting weak in the knees. We don't give a dang that boy mama. We don't care about that boy mama. You don't care what Cam was doing to Spencer. Well, that's why I was on the side. I was on him. Cause no, what you're not gonna do is come for Spencer James, and he already have it hard. Like, he already has so much going on, and then Cam will pop out of nowhere every like 7 episodes and be like a little gnat. Like, get out of here. Just what? I'm not saying that. Just not y'all. You're not y'all about to have a Lando war in the comments. Lando is interesting, but he not in the circle yet. We need more info. Period. Not weak in the knees for Orlando. I mean, Rainy Day, if that makes you happy, boo, do it. Go for it. I mean, I didn't like hate Cam, but I had a problem with his hater energy. Like, I don't like that. Like, and I don't like snake energy. And then even with him aligning with Dane, I think that also really bothered me, because knowing that Dane was trash and like birds of a feather flock together, Cam just has a bunch of questionable things in his past, and now he's actually out of LA. He's able to be who he actually wanted to be versus who he felt like he had to be. So now we can walk in and we can accept him. But Cam back in LA, he was not it. He was cute, but he was not it. Wait, didn't Damon spend Christmas with Thea's family? Did he not meet her mother then? I think they went to her grandmother's, because Thea grew up with her grandmother. What characters do you think has had the best development so far in the All-American universe? Layla, Asher. Thea is coming, but we haven't seen her enough of her. But those two for sure. Sasha says, I've always been Team Damon, but I have to be honest, I'm feeling Lamone. You're feeling Ormone? Thea barely in the circle. Why we bringing Lando so fast? Okay, I will say Thea is barely in the circle, but we actually care about her. Thea don't have to be in the circle. That's also another thing. She's just a whole other category. She don't have to be in the circle. Not you making it clear. All I need is Cameron's parents to write the check for him, because your son is going through a lot over a homecoming child. Yes. I wonder if his parents know. Has he called them and told them? Oh no, I probably wouldn't have called him, told him either. After all he had to go through with his dad popping up trying to drag him back, all he got to do was say that there was a bomb threat. Oh, you definitely coming home now. You wanted to sing and you want to blow up? No. Why did I just say that? I did not mean that, y'all. But it did just that. I gotta stop saying what comes to my mind. He probably hasn't told his parents. Thea singing to Damon felt like I was interrupting a private moment. Yes, and it felt so good. Dominic, why'd you repeat it? It's not funny. That's a very serious moment. That literally just came to my mind and fell out my mouth. I'm not taking the moment seriously, because that is very serious. But I was just thinking, like, Okay, so with, not that I'm acting right now, y'all, but like with acting, one of the things that you have to do is put yourself into character's mind. So a lot of times when I'm talking to y'all or I'm doing my breakdowns, I try to put myself in the mind of different characters. And for a moment, I got into his dad's mind, and I would imagine that his dad would be thinking that, like, and that would be what he said, and I just said it. Sorry. Not Kofi hate to admit Damon and Thea growing on them. That is not a quote. Y'all need to stop. That is his daddy quote. Like, I would imagine if I was writing the dad on that phone call, that's something that the dad would say. Listen. Yeah, when Cam broke down and said we can't go nowhere, ooh. Mitchell has been given, okay? Given. Hit the mic for Kofi one more time. Not, it's finally, Dia finally growing on Kofi. All I have to say is if Lando get into the friend group before Thea, we gonna have a problem. He won't, because the only thing that's stopping her from actually being in the friend group now is her animosity for Simone. Nate loves her. Keisha don't have a problem, but Keisha is loyal to Simone. Damon wants to bring her around more, but Simone. So like she's technically in, but because of their little thing, she's being kept at arm's length. And then she also is not necessarily a social person, so she's not pushing it either. And he would use his whole government name while saying the quote, literally. Yep. You think this is going to be the last season of All American? Honestly, I don't. When I look at the amount of marketing and things that they put into this particular season, I don't think that this is the last. This show has become a benchmark, or not a benchmark. This show has become a pillar for the network that's also struggling right now. So I don't think that this is going to be the last season of All American, even if it should. I'm not a Jamone shipper, but I know you were. So do you think they could spin a block, or is that chapter closed now that they head over heels for Layla? I definitely think that Jordan and Simone can spin a block later in life for sure. Do I want them to spin a block? No, but I think that they could. I can't wait until we see Damon and Thea have time to themselves, like go on a date and then the bedroom. Not the bedroom, girl. I'm looking forward to how they handle Thea's virginity. I'm really looking forward to that. All right, y'all. If you're catching this on replay, still drop your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're live right now, make sure you hit that like button before we get out of here. Give this video a like, because I know that you liked it. You've been here. We've been here for 2.5 hours, okay? Hit that like button. I am going to work on getting my breakdown videos up so that y'all have those as well. Look out for videos coming this week. Have some things scheduled for y'all. I also think I'm gonna put up a post about other shows. What are y'all watching? Because I would love to know. And yeah, thank you for kicking it with your good sis on this lovely Tuesday evening. Gonna get ready to head out of here. Have a great, amazing rest of your week. If you watch Tyler Perry's Sisters, then I will see you again on live this week as we talk about that show and share the mess that is happening over there. And then would y'all like a live each week where we talk about various shows, like different things that I'm also watching? Because I would like to do that, but I don't know how many of y'all actually like into that. And I only want to do it if y'all gonna show up for it. So let me know in the comment section on the chat if y'all would be down to maybe on a Friday talk about whatever shows from the week and various things across different series, not just focused on one particular show. Sisters, fans, audience, see y'all on Thursday on the live. Potentially see y'all on Friday if enough people vote to have like a live where we talk about a bunch of different things. And yeah, love y'all. Thank you so much. I am hoping I have a safe flight as well. Pray us up. And follow me on Twitter as well as Instagram to keep up with me on a day-to-day basis and get additional content. Sometimes when I'm watching shows, I will post things on my Insta story of my immediate reaction. So at ericavane.com so that y'all can, you know, keep in touch and get my thoughts that way before I actually post a video or go live here on YouTube. I'm doing a lot more Twitter spaces where we're having different conversations around other television shows. So go ahead and follow your good sis. Links to all my social is in the description box of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.